Today marks 1700, fourth day of daily lessons, day reflections. And yesterday I shared a topic about healing and the seven signs of that you are already healed. And I was reflecting about that. Okay, it's great that you healed, but it's not enough. And I was reflecting about my leg. I injured my ankle very, very badly. I was not able to run for 6 months, and I love running, and I was not able to do that. And now, when I think about my ankle is healed. That's the taken care of. So it's healed. But do I run as fast as I ran in the past? No. I used to run 10K within 40 minutes. 38 minutes, 39 minutes, 40 minutes. Now I barely overrun 3, 4K and I already done. And interesting. So I think that's exactly the same thing is with emotional healing, with emotional recovery. So it means that maybe you went through a storm from difficulty, adversity, and you used to be able to handle certain discomfort, certain activities, but now you're not able to do that because you were injured and you finally healed. But now you will need to have a recovery just to make sure that you're able to really go back to where you came from regarding the skill sets. And at the same time, if you want to go up beyond that, you will be able to do that. But of course, recovery time will be extremely important. So healing is not enough. After healing, there is recovery time. And sometimes we think, okay, I healed, now I need to be where I used to be in the past. No, we need to really understand that there will be some steps necessary to recover ourselves, to really put ourselves in a position to really succeed. So today we'll share we'll see maybe 10 things that really is really important to understand regarding recovery. What kind of truths is really coming out of recovery itself? So number one, nobody's coming to save you. And that is becoming freeing. When you are in recovery, you understand that nobody is coming to save you. You're already healed. You're already recovering, and the same. I think that is a beautiful thing when you really look into your life and you understand that your habits is your responsibility. Your future is your responsibility. Your healing is your responsibility. Your recovery is your responsibility. When you know that everything is your responsibility, and no one else it really comes and really fix that for you. I think this is very, very freeing because you have full control of that. So recovery is full control because a lot of times someone else fault that you were injured, that you were wounded, that you really didn't, that you were diminished, or whatever happened. That a lot of times is that other person's fault that you end up in the spot that you are right now. But it's your responsibility to heal and recover, and that's again is freeing. Number two, discipline matters more than motivation. Recovery is never about motivation. It doesn't sound at all motivating to really do the things that you already have done in the past. So, like if you were able to run certain fast, but now you need to really develop back into what you used to be. You don't go above what you wanted to do. Like I would love to achieve this, but now you're not able to do that. What you need to do is go to the baseline, and there's not a lot of motivation to do that, and that's why it's extremely important. Discipline during those times that you need to recover, because after recovery, when you use discipline, then you're able to really become motivated. Because now you're able to really even push beyond what you ever able to achieve. Number three, recovery becomes practical, not emotional. That means, again, this is part of the discipline because you need to have very, very practical systems. Fixing your health, fixing your finances, and fixing your relationships, improving your work ethic. So that means that you're looking to, okay, what could I do on a daily basis? Very small things, very practical, very breaking down things. And when you're able to do that, then of course recovery becomes much, much easier. Because sometimes we can say, oh, I would love to do so many different things. But this is not about emotions, it's about practical things. Because when your practical things are implemented with discipline, we're able to really achieve significant results. Just building structure is very, very important during recovery. Have structure. Structure is always important, but during recovery, even more important. Number four, you stop needing revenge to feel powerful. Sometimes, of course, someone else put you in a position that you are in. But we need to understand that revenge is like I really love the saying that revenge is like drinking a poison and expecting that other person will die. Because when you're wildly thinking about revenge, that energy that allocate to think about revenge could potentially be used to really to create vision, to visualize beautiful things, to create, to build. So that means that revenge is taking away the resources necessary to really put yourself in the best position to create, build, and really achieve great things in life. Grow. Number five, small habits become more important than big emotions. And I think that recovery is that it's very smooth, and it's all about really habits on a daily on a daily on the daily things that we're able to do day by day on a daily routine. Because sometimes we really want recovery or healing, like when you heal and you want to say, "Oh, finally I have that big realization I healed, or a big realization I achieved something," and that big pursuing big emotions potentially could slow us down. And because recovery is extremely boring, because all the things we already did, so we there's recovery is not supposed to be about something that new. There's nothing about new, and sometimes when you are a person who really wants new, love adventures, love challenges, now I'm not able to do that. We're just pursuing stability. We're pursuing things that we already know how to do, and that's what recovery is all about. There's no emotions, boring, just building habits, just to make sure that we're able to really get where we want to go. Number six, recovery is lonely before it becomes fulfilling. It's extremely important to really that you during recovery you'll grow your environments, your identity, that's your habits, your friendships. There's so many things that we can potentially versions of yourself, and because of that, we become in a limbo. That means that this is a person that you be, this is a person you're becoming, and this is a person that you are right now, and that means that the environment was there, the environment that you're going to, and you're in a limbo a lot of times. A lot of great people always speak about that. Most people they need to go through the limbo and not allow that limbo to push themselves back because in that limbo sometimes could feel lonely. But that's a good thing because that shows that you're actually moving, transitioning. Because I really love what John C. Maxwell used to say that in baseball, you're not able to end up in the second base without leaving first base. You're not able to have such a long legs that you step from one base to another base. No, you need to run from one base to another. And when you're running, you are in the limbo. And that's extremely important. Number seven, your self-respect starts costing you things. And again, when your recovery increases and you become better and better and better, self-respect will increase, self-trust will increase, your confidence increase, courage increase, and of course you start to lose certain things. Some people are okay where they are, they don't, so that means that you will not go with you. Relationships you will lose. Well, you will walk from different kind of dysfunction, from environments. Will say no, will say no more then yes, you will start to say no to even to yourself, to see your desires of self pleasure. So I would love to this cake, but I want to lose weight, I want more energy, and being able to say no to even good things, so that you can have a ability to say yes to great things. And when you have self respect, now we'll be able to really say no to the bad things, good things, so can say yes to the great things. Number eight, recovery teaches you that peace and happiness are different. It's interesting that sometimes you might be not happy, fulfilled, and peaceful, maybe even content. Because I found myself as well. Sometimes I was not extremely happy. I was not happy at all, but I had peace. And that peace gave me so much joy and bliss. I knew that I'm not happy, but I never been in that position where you really have peace in your mind, content in your mind. You know that your life is far where you would love it to be, but because you know that you're doing the right things on a daily basis, you have that peace within yourself that there's nothing that you can do at the moment to completely change everything. but you know that you're doing on a daily basis what's necessary to get you out of that position, and that gives you peace. And that peace within you is so much more powerful than any kind of happiness. And I think that's extremely important. Number nine, your old coping mechanisms stop satisfying you. So it means that maybe certain things that you really enjoy doing during healing period, maybe even watching movies, maybe TVs, maybe going for a walk, maybe music listening. There's so many things that are potentially good things, not that terribly bad things. But those things doesn't satisfy because now your mind is looking for something. Now because you healed, now your mind is more curious and start looking rather than watching a movie. Maybe it wants to listen to a better book. Maybe it wants to read a better book. That means that there's a lot of things that starts to show up, and all the things that was doom scrolling, toxic attention house. Now you don't want that anymore. Now you focus to other things that really attracts your attention, and that's a beautiful thing about recovery. Number 10, the last thing that I want to mention is recovery exposes where you were lying to yourself. That means when you recover and you really start to build yourself, you build habits and increase your confidence, your self respect, especially when you start to increase your self respect. Now you start to see in the past that when you didn't have that self respect, you said so many yes that your current you would say, like, wow, what you were thinking about. How did you say yes to this thing? How did you tolerate this thing? And then again, part of recovery, knowing that when you start to see that the thing that you did in the past doesn't make sense whatsoever, and we need to be compassionate because that version of you that was healing, that was recovering, didn't had the mindset and wisdom and understanding yet to say no, even self-respect to say no to. And that version who was hurt, who was healing, was tolerating things that she is not supposed to tolerate. And again, this is where there are excuses, will self-sabotage, avoidance, victim patterns, and when finally recover, we're able to see those things. Because and I think that when we finally see them, those old bad behaviors, that's a great sign because when you say like I'm able to see that. If I'm not able to see that, that problem, I'm blinded by it. But because I see it, I'm supposed to be grateful. Because sometimes I know that even myself guilty that when you see all the mistakes that you did, you feel bad about it. How I was able to make it. Like almost like built a guilt or shame to myself. But now if you're able to see, that means you developed your understanding and wisdom and perspective. And because you see it, that means you grew. You're not that person anymore. Because as I said, if you're not able to see it, that means that you didn't grow yet. And it's extremely important regarding recovery. It's such an interesting topic that I was just reflecting yesterday that after healing, the most important part is recovery because after healing, it's just a stepping stone. And after stepping stone, we need to really start making those steps to really fully recover. And after recovery, then we go into another season to really build something because recovery is not building yet. We don't create anything. We don't go adventurous. We just build structure to recover to the baseline where we're supposed to be. So I hope you choose to win and see you tomorrow.